Well, alright, I think we can start. Hello everyone, good evening or whatever time zone you are in. And here we are, and today we are gonna start our JNSQ career. So we'll be using the JNSQ mod, which basically takes the stock Kerbal solar system and scales it up by a factor around 2.5 times, which makes using the stock parts much more challenging and much more true to life. And besides, we're gonna use also lots of mods like Kerbalism. We're gonna also use OhScrap for failures. Um, we have KOS, even though I don't really know how to use it, and plus a bunch of parts contracts, even that I think are really fit into this bigger solar system because they'll allow, uh, for example, nuclear engines should allow greater high speeds for interplanetary travel in much more challenging systems. So let's go ahead and start a career. So let's call it JNSQ exploration, of course, career. I have made a custom flag for this, and I hope I'm having some problems with moving the background. I don't know what's happening. I'll fix it eventually. But you'll see the. I'm not sure if I have probably for crew, but I'm not sure if there is a specific JNSQ configuration for that. We'll see. So now let's see. Let's start with difficulty settings. So of course, no flight restart, no respawning, no no undestructible structures, no persistent inventory, and I'm not sure whether to allow other launch sites. Let's say no. Range heating 120%. Maybe I'll get that re-entry for next games. I'm not sure it will matter a lot for now. Resource abundance, let's say 40%. Initial funds 10,000. Zero science, zero reputation. 50% science, 50% funds, 50% reputation. I don't have a contract pack. I have the contract configurator packs. Well, we'll see what I get. Okay, okay. Now OhScrap. Wrong heights and locations. I don't know because Seeken didn't tell me anything about it. Uh, I don't see anything. There is nothing on Seeken related to that, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what context we get. So now, here we have OhScrap, which is a failure model that I don't really understand. Basically, it's has high failure rates at the start when a part is new. Then the failure rate decreases as the part gets tested, and then it increases again when the part gets worn down. So that's a more realistic failure mode, and I leave everything on, I guess. Yes. Now, experience, Kerbals do not level up immediately, negative funds, G limits for everything. I won't I won't bother with the strange field transfer limitations, because if I'm playing with all those difficulties, I can transfer field between two spacecraft, I guess. Alright. Blackout, plasma blackout, of course. Let's leave the range modifiers like that. Extra ground stations. Do we? Have extra ground stations? Yes. I don't know what this is. Contact configurator. Active contract multiplier. Let's set it to 0.85. It will be good. Field Research Academy Strategia. Yeah, let's leave everything there. Stock contracts will be disabled for base construction, science, exploration, rescue. I don't know. Maybe let's leave rescue and recovery because that's free Kerbals, but I not. No, let's not. Okay, so this is fine. Let's crank up some devacation numbers a bit. Short mission duration will be 6 hours, so 1 day. Hide empty texture nodes. Hide unresearchable nodes. Hide enable to hide nodes until they become researchable. Research requirements default. Any or. Current search is unneeded. Let's say any. Enable the hidden nodes until they become researchable. Yes. Transfer science default. Default do not transfer. Remove space, I guess. Let's leave this as they are. Now, Kerbalism. Lifetime radiation, of course. Storm probability. 80%. Average storm duration. 3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. Okay. Average storm radiation. 8.5 radiation red per hour. Shielding efficiency 72%. Let's leave it like that. Now, let's also have engine failures via Kerbalism. So we'll have 2 failure modes, one through Kerbalism and the other through OhScrap. The more the better. Well, actually not, but anyways. So highlight malfunction, part malfunction. Critical failure rate, let's say 50%. Fixable failure rate 50%. Incentive redundancy, engine malfunction, engine ignition failure chance. Let's increase it to 130%, 35. Same with engine burn. I guess these are once you exceed the rating. Transmit science immediately, yes. Analyze samples immediately, yes. Antenna speed 100%. Always allow sample transfers. Notifications. Electric charge, supplies, signal. I'll leave this on and I'll then configure each vessel. Message duration short. Stress breakdowns. Ideal living space, I'll leave it to 20. Yes, let's leave these as they are. KOS. Enable compression source statistics. Start on the archive. Yeah, let's leave them as they. Oh god, how much stuff there is. Cost adjustment 120% for the simulations. Wireframes, yes. Starting orbital altitude, let's put this to 100 kilometers because we are in JNSQ where atmosphere ends at 80 kilometers, so we'll generally be aiming for higher orbits. Starting orbital altitude, no, atmo 10 kilometers is fine. Don't change during time warp. Science power modifier. The recovery data value is used and should not be okay. Yeah, this sounds scary, so let's leave it there. Thank you guys, that's amazing. Scrapyard, mode enable inventory, enable part tracker, overruns, funds, work in progress. Oh, okay. Stage recovery. I've actually never used stage recovery, so I leave it as it is. Toolbar controller, I don't know what this is. Textures unlimited, that sounds great. Urgent contracts. Mod enable randomization, additional grace days 0. How many days to add to each deadline? How longer deadlines can be than the minimum? More is easier. Okay. 0.4. Well, we have all settings done, so I guess it's time to start our career. There we go. Man, just the settings were complicated. I mean, in the end, the settings are what they are, and we'll play. And what will happen, I guess. I think there's some more settings now for in-game for, okay, let's say focus follows click, and let's save as global. Accept. Then Kerbal construction, oh god, okay, now this is the easy one. KOS, what does KOS want? Located that run one or more new connectivity manager available on the yeah, whatever it is. Now Kerbal construction time. Let's choose a preset. Change the world faster low-tech career values. Faster with slower science and build with costly upgrade. And the stock building upgraders, EBM part count. Very slower, custom. This is made by the JNSQ people. Let's say default. Now mod enable build times. Reconditioning blocks pad. Oh yeah, that's probably for rollout. Tech unlock times. KSC upgrade times. Upgrades from tech tree. Shared upgrade pool. I don't know. Starting upgrades. Okay. Overall multiplier. 0.8. No, wait, this is a time. So let's leave it at 1. Build effect, inventory effect, conditioning effect, 1728, max conditioning. Oh, it affects all saves. Show hard formulas. Yeah, I'm not going to read that. So now save as new preset. Let's save it only in career games. Now let's spend upgrades. Okay, we have 16 available points. So we are gonna put some of. Okay, so we are gonna absolutely leave outside the spaceplane angle because I'm not a playing guy. So we are gonna have some points in the VAB. Let's get at least to 0.5 build points per second. And research 0 science. Let's say we want to get to 3. Okay, 4 science a day is good, I guess. And this is a weird mechanism, whereas Spending build points yields science, so you are basically generating science as you launch, and I'm not going to use that. So we'll put 2 more build points in the VAB, and okay, it's time to grab contracts and Strategia. What contracts do we have here? Let's see. Do some science. That sounds amazing. Return our first phase of scientific data. Alright. Leave the launchpad also sounds amazing. Reach for the stars means suborbital trajectory, so now that's not our first contract. Let's see what strategies we have available, because we have replaced stock strategies with the Strategia mod, and nothing is available because our reputation is too low, I guess. Also, why are the icons? Oh, the icons are weird because we are in JNSQ, so there's more celestial bodies and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Vessel construction time. It's time to build our first vessel. Okay. Probe. Fantastic. Then, we don't have any fuel tank. We have a solid rocket booster. Do we have a decoupler? We have a KOS probe, but I do not know how to use KOS, and it's not really useful this far. We do not have any decouplers, so we can't stage. We do have aerodynamics and a small nose cone. I wanna keep this craft cheap because we are kinda broke. So we won't use a lot of fancy parts, so let's just use a single solid booster. Things will be tucked right up there. Terrain, heat, electricity, communication, science. Okay. Okay, let's set our hello there Kerbal gallery. Okay, now let's set our data capacity to maximum because we always run out of that. Then we are gonna take a mystery goo and we're gonna put the inline version. Which the mystery goo actually takes a lot of electricity. It takes 10 minutes and it requires, how much electricity does it require? 0. That's, no wait, 600 times 0.2, that's 120 units of electricity, so that's actually feasible. So now we'll have, oh screw it, let's just throw a lot of batteries right there. So then we'll also, what other experiments do we have? We have the thermometer, which we will incorporate into the space probe. Oh no, we already have the telemetry port there. And that's the only thing we can have. So, thermometer it is. Also, the sample size, 450 kilobytes, so that's quite feasible. Now, do we have a parachute? We don't have a parachute, so we have to transmit everything. Okay, we'll have a lot of antennas, so this one will give us a transmission capacity of, we'll have a 4.4 kilobytes per second, which means it will handle at temperature reading in 100 seconds. Let's add a third antenna. Or maybe not. Yeah, this stuff is kind of expensive. What is the expensive things? What's eating our budget like that? Is it the probe? Well, not really. Is it the antenna? Well, not really. Oh, it's the mystery goo. It's the science experiments. They are the ones that cost a lot. Don't tell me the fins cost a lot too. No, they don't. Now let's choose a grain geometry. I'll say one that starts very slow, so that we can burn for longer. Okay, now how do we call this vehicle? I'm very bad at naming in general, so let's call it Lance 1. Save it and add it to building list. So now we can leave the VAB and start our slow, frustrating Kerbal construction time wait. Work to completion of the vehicle, 5 days. Unfortunately, I can't go any faster than this, apparently. What if the launch fails? Okay, roll out. Warp until morning, because we want to actually see what we are doing. And let's launch the vehicle. Right, the first money we'll get will be from having done science, which means that even if the booster fails, that should get us some science. That will get our contract done. Vessel safety rating 1. Terrible. Perfect. Worst part. No, we won't highlight anything. We die like real men. Let's bring up our automation tab. The antenna is obviously extended. Can you retract them? No, you can't. I don't know. Telemetry report running. Mystery Go running. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh. I am very stupid. You can't recover the Mystery Go. It's a complete waste of money, so I will recover the vehicle and refly it. Because that's 1,000 bucks really wasted. Am I transmitting them automatically? Yes, I am. We have transmitted science. Okay, we have done our Mr. Go, our telemetry report, and our science, and our temperature reading. So now we recover the vehicle. We recover to VAB. Now, this small rocket won't be able to land because we don't have a parachute yet, which means that the Mr. Goo, which requires absolutely, in Kerbalism, absolutely requires you to recover the sample because it's a material observation. You have to recover the sample. So without a parachute, the vehicle is useless, and the mystery actually costs a lot. It's like a fifth of the entire spacecraft, as far as money goes. So we are getting rid of that, absolutely. Besides, we've done it on the pad, so what we could do has been done. So save edits. It will just take 4 minutes. That's fast. We might launch by the evening. Well, that is if Launchpad gets reconditioned fast enough. But I think it is. Northwest. So from Turing. From Turing. Yeah, from Northwest Italy. Off we go for our second launch attempt. Okay, um, our experiments are set to waiting. Data will be transmitted automatically. We have a SAS. Oh yes, because we are using Probes before Q, which gives you this nice feature. So let's launch. We have launched we have completed 2 contracts, and our funds, nice. We've got lots of funds. Oh, let's take screenshots. I always forget to take screenshots in when I'm streaming, which is bad because then I don't get thumbnails and stuff like that. Boy, look at those G spikes. We've performed a telemetry report from flying low over lowlands, and we are doing the same with temperature. We have breached the 10-kilometer line, and everything seems to be going right. We should be able to transmit all of that, hopefully. And in any case, our storage is not really a problem. Oh wait, the temperature report is done, but it's not fully transmitted. This is a problem. This is gonna be bad for the science return. And what's our electricity? We have plenty. Besides, batteries are light, so that's not a concern. And thus ends our first mission. Our first goal will be to get a parachute. That's absolutely needed, and we have 8 science. Enough to get precisely one node, so we can get more engines, a fuel tank. This can almost get us orbit if we have staging stuff. Fuel flow breaker. So you're from. Oh yes. Oh yes, you're from Alto Adige. Makes sense for the name. Can stop or enable the fuel flow between 2 tanks between a tank and an engine. Control it by action group or context menu. Use this to control your center of mass. I don't really need this right now. Geiger counter, more science. More science. And the decoupler, I'm getting you. Oh, also, nice, we get her high empty texture nodes that is finally working. We'll get a parachute with 15 science. So also besides a lot of other nice stuff, I have gotten a lot of. Do I have the science parameter modifier? Uh, let's see. Yeah, makes sense. Let's see. Kerbin. Okay, these look like much more conservative. Let's say moon. Oh, okay. This is actually a nerf. Okay. Same to config. Okay, this should have nerfed my Kerbin science value and the one from other celestial bodies as well, because we like things difficult. So now, can we get any strategy yet? No, we can't. They would be highlighted in green. But we can get some contracts. Reach the upper atmosphere. Go above 18 kilometers. Feasible. I mean, how much time do I have today? No, all that does not have a time limit. Then test stuff. Oh, testing stuff. I'll test a couple of engines. So the Pug and the Swivel. Now I don't have them yet, but I guess this will allow me to build some reliability for them. I don't know, I'm going pretty blind. Now what new science do I have? Oh, nothing, because I haven't unlocked the nodes yet, since I have to wait for unlocking nodes as well. That's why I pumped some development points in the science building as well, because I don't want to wait too much. Should be done in 1 day. Yes. Oh, JNSQ has longer rotation times. Because the day is longer in JNSQ. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. Okay. So now we can go here. Yeah, juicy science. Well, Geiger counter. Do we have a decoupler? Yes, we have. So now let's build our testing rig. We do not have any launch clamps, so well, nor do we have fuel, so that's pretty much not a problem. So capsule to control stuff, and I don't want to make this too unrealistic. So what is this? Oh, it's an antenna. Now let's get these straws. Then let's stick this engine here and this engine here. It's a generation 1 engine and the part is new. Oh, we can keep this and then cannibalize its engines. Then we also want to do a Geiger counter scan. Let's increase the capacity. Let's remove the telemetry report because we don't need it anymore. And final, then we can get the experiment. Let's place it here. Batteries. And so now what do we call these weird vehicles? Sawdust 1. Okay. Sawdust 1 can officially get built. Let's get Sawdust 1 assembled. Roll out. Let's roll this out. Launch. Okay, all of these, and now what we do is we press the spacebar, the engine fire. Oh, there is fuel in the pug. Of course there is fuel in the pug. So now we are gonna reduce our thrust modifier. How did I forget about that? So now we'll get some firing experience. Are we doing a radiation scan? Now we are. Curving surface Lowlands. Let's go. Done. We have perfectly fulfilled our contacts. We completed this step, so now we recover to VAB. So we'll be able to use these tested engines on later rockets, which will increase their reliability because they've been tested. That's what OhScrap does. We have gotten 0.6 science. Okay, now we have to actually figure out an actual way to get science done. Most importantly, we didn't really get our science from the telemetry report, nor from the temperature scan because we couldn't transmit it back. So now let's build a modified version of the lens. So now we have the same thermometer, but also we'll have the Geiger counter on this other side. Now we had enough. Yeah, you can literally grab water in KSP and get 12 science points, unless you don't have a Kerbal at the start of the game and you have nerfed your science returns, because yes. So now let's double the antennas. This will allow us twice the transmission speed, but it's probably not enough. So since I have parts to spare, I put on another antenna and one more battery. One more set of batteries, because why not? Now symmetry. Oh, this is wrong symmetry. These are the hardships you can do when you cannot land your rockets before they complete their mission. And I was thinking, can I... Oh, I can put a second stage up there. I can make this into a two-stage rocket. With a flea as a first stage. But that requires extra pins. Orange. Let's slide them down to get more stability. And that's fine. Let's choose a thrust profile. I'll go for the aggressive one. I'll go for the one that starts the lowest, because we want a long burn time. This will be a lance 2 because it has 2 stages. Lance 1 would be diminutive. Do we have any more parts? What is this? Point this antenna to a reflector part to add significance to its capabilities. 500 bytes per second, that's not good. Even with these weird bonuses, you say. Okay. So, any problems? No. Save, build. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that this can make it to 20 kilometers. More or less. I mean, more than sure, I'm hopeful. But let's grab some adequate contracts, like reach the upper atmosphere. And flee, no. These are always so tricky. I don't like flying tests while flying. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't really feel that the contacts from Contractor Configurator are that good. I don't know if I just haven't found the right packs or whatever, but I don't really think they revolutionized the way you play, like I would expect from a mod. Then, like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's roll out Lance 2. Ciao Martino. And let's launch our bold rocket. Now there is no guarantee that it will work perfectly. Alright, we have tripled our transmission capacity. We have more science, more power, more stages, more of everything. Let's just put our decoupler and the second stage in the same stage so that we activate both of them. Let's set all of our science to waiting. Data will be transmitted automatically, so there is nothing to do but hit the spacebar. Let's go. Well, maybe not. We will not go to space today. Let's see why. I suffered an ignition failure. Can I repair it? Probably not. Okay, I have to swap it. I don't know how you repair broken SRBs. I've had this problem before and I have never really figured it out. Maybe you just have to change them. Alright. No, I don't want to go here. Recovering is in progress. Let's edit this vehicle. Status, one previous use. I don't know if this is repaired automatically. Well, from previous experience, I guess not. So now I will clone this and swap it. Now this should in theory be new, but I'm still learning this stuff, and maybe I'll just actually get it figured out today with this experience. Because the question is, does recovering the vehicle and then rolling it back to the launch pad mean that the SRB is repaired after it suffered a launch failure? Let's see. Also, let's keep an eye on our funds because they are kind of important, especially these early in the career. This is the period when you're always running on a shoestring budget. Can't say I don't like it, but tricky. Okay, part is new. Generation is second generation. So now let's go for real. Let's set everything to waiting. Perfect. SAS, even I'm not sure. Look at that. Sweet science. Is the hard disk capacity maximum? Yes, it is. Okay, our thrust is increasing. This is because the better SRBs mode basically gives you the possibility to select the grain geometry, which determines the thrust profile over time, which is basically how real-life SRBs work. And I think you can still use the slider for the thrust modifier, but I'm not gonna do that for basically role-playing purposes. Staging. Nice. This booster is working fine. It has a safety rating of 9. I like it. I don't know what it exactly means, but I like it. Also, we're gonna soon reach 18 kilometers. We have done it. And we've just gotten 21,000 bucks for this feat. Also, we're collecting data from high atmosphere. Sublime. Milestones, altitude record. Boy, 40 kilometers. That's some altitude record. And we still have a lot of speeds to shed. Go back to surface mode. More. Oh god. Will this go into space? Okay, in 70 kilometers is still atmosphere. Come on. Come on, I know you can. Oh god. We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. Boy, a 74-kilometer apogee. Well, it means that if I add some extra boosters, I can get actually to space. Because in JNSQ, with a bigger curving, it starts at 80 kilometers. Hopefully we'll have enough time to transmit a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna prioritize stuff. And electric charge is just plenty. We need some science. Please, I needed a parachute. I needed a parachute. I needed a parachute. Looks like I'm gonna basically do one experiment per flight. Oh, we're slowing down. Let's switch to terrain mode to have a better idea of when we are gonna die. It's always nice to know. .9 science. Nice. Well, it will be nice if not that it isn't. Alright. Our science just died. The nice thing about Kerbalism is that you can collect the data of an experiment over multiple flights. So that means that actually my flights will sum. Now we have 6.9 science points and we need 15 to get the node with the parachute, which will be extremely beneficial to our science exports. And let's see if there is a node that's actually easy to. Alright, we'll have. Oh yeah, whoever pointed that out, you were right about the JNSQ configuration for altitudes, etc. But I'm gonna play with whatever I have, and I'm actually gonna make sure that it gets above 80 kilometers to keep true to the spirit of the contract. Same with this one. They will be giving me a lot of science. Okay, so we have usual lance to vehicle. Call it lance to vehicle because we're gonna modify it to get to space. In particular, we are going to add some first stage, but we are limited by the decouplers, which is basically this one. So it's either put some fixed small boosters here, or put another free first stage. What am I gonna do? It depends on the burn time, because if the burn times are, well, it's actually not gonna, well, yes. The annoying thing is that Ukraine geometry does not tell me how long the boosters will burn. We're going to produce an average 80% thrust state of the default with a longer burn time. Maybe it's the average that counts, so I can actually plan it. But no, I'll go for the first stage, and I don't care if the calculations work or not. What I care about is the aerodynamics. And we've gone over the path limit. No big deal. We'll just get rid of some batteries. And our aerodynamics is still feasible. Also, yellow first stage. 2 more batteries, shall we? And let's check our staging. Lance 3, because there's a new stage. Then these fires, then these fires, and these decouples, and then these two. Alright. Save it and build it. Now generation is 2 and safety rating is still 1. Now hopefully this will get into space, which will give us all the sweet science we will need for... Yes, if we get this mission right, we'll actually be able to unlock our parachute, which will boost every mission from there on. Hello there, Everest Aerospace. Let's build our sounding rocket. Also, our funds have increased to almost 60,000, which is now giving us some very nice margins. Okay, rollout. I probably clicked the wrong thing that made that notification pop up. Launch it. We are on the path. Oh, also, I haven't checked if my flag is butchered by weird things happening or not, but we'll see. Also, some milestones. Yes, we've gone back to the surface. All right. 3, 2, 1, launch. Nope. Failed to ignite. Can I repair? Uh, recover to VAB. Yeah, that's probably going to be some real constant of this series. I just realized I can actually test files SRBs by pointing them to the ground. Well, yes, some shitty luck is pretty much the definition of the OhScrap mode. I have installed shitty luck via Seeken. But yeah, no, you might just have some faulty wire in your pyrotechnic igniters, or maybe simply there was some value that wasn't nominal, which prompted the mission control to abort. Who knows? It's entirely possible to fail to ignite an SRB, I guess. Well, maybe that's not likely. But hey, we are in the early days of the space program. Everything is possible. So now let's use our duplication technique from before. Part is new. Work to complete. I kind of feel like Kerbal construction time is faster this time around, rather than in the other save, which I don't know, was more like a test save. Roll out Lance 3, and I know at some point I'm gonna roll out Sawdust 1 as an accident. Launch. Okay, please work this time. I beg you. I have already had my fair share of bad luck, and now let's see. All the experiments are set to waiting. Let's turn on SAS. Let's check our staging. Perfect. Oh, I should have put a more decent source profile. Didn't check my task to weight ratio. Well, but I'm sure it will be enough anyways. Only thing it could be a problem is for stability. If it doesn't accelerate quickly enough, it might not. I don't think we're going to space. We are too angled. But it doesn't make any sense to abort now, because what are we gonna do? Recover some funds? So now let's just get the science done. Boy, this is suboptimal. Yeah. This was not supposed to happen. I'm gonna... Oh! I did not mean to ignite that motor. I just wanted to stage to have a more drag. But maybe I actually would have gotten more drag with the other motor attached. And yeah, this was just a bad mission. Let's try again. We'll build a new vehicle. This time we'll have a higher thrust setting, and hopefully it won't happen again. Also, we are getting more and more experience with the SRBs, meaning they are safer each launch. 7.5 science. We got some science done, at least. Yeah, there's like too many at least in my phrases, which is sad. Okay, a thrust to weight ratio of 1. Wow, that's risky. 1.04, not enough. 1.54, that's acceptable. I think what I do not understand is why does a 120 percentage increase does not make much sense. Maybe it's calculated over average. Maybe the thrust to weight ratio is calculated over the average and the burn thrust and not on the initial one. Yes, because then this is a decrease. I'll go for this. I'll go with the one that starts with a higher thrust, which will give us fast aerodynamic stabilization, and then will decrease to, I guess, not waste propellant fighting against drag, I hope. Also, fans going down. Hello, there you go. Now this is probably the third. Is this the third launch tree that I tried to launch? Yes, because the first one was an ignition failure. Second one was design failure, I have to admit. BAB, roll out, work to complete. Thank you, thank you. Launch. Alright. Automation, everything is waiting. SAS. Ignition, liftoff. This time we are going well. Experiments are running. They are being transmitted back. We are at 4 kilometers. We have a high speed and the entire last two rocket to burn through. We have a slight angle, but that's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be a problem because we still have a lot of propellant in the upper stages. And the speed boost from the first stage was significant. The nice thing about speed boosts right at the launch is that they... Oh no 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 no! What are you doing? What happened there? Bad. That doesn't make sense. It didn't happen before. Oh, that's not good. This is not gonna work. Oh, we lost contact. Why did we lose contact? Overheating. We are overheating. The fins are gone. The rocket is gone. I don't know what. Why did the rocket steer like that? Oh god, the KSP aero model is back at it again. I remember times when it just kept flipping my rockets for no apparent reason, despite the all the indicators being fine. That is unfortunate. So, stable. Why? Why do you do that? I think it has some problem with having just three fins at the top instead of four. So I do something more radical and just put two, which is more symmetrical but gives less stability to the rocket once at altitude. So now we have basically the same thing for the. Now what I've done is I've removed a pin because it kinda makes it more symmetrical, and also it increases the stability of the lower stages because there's less control area in at top. Well, but however, once the uppermost stage fires, it only has control over one axis because there are no fins whatsoever in this perpendicular direction. Uh, but I hope that it won't be a problem. But in doubt, I will simulate the flight, and I think both bound profiles are already at like they are the minimum start, but not average. So I might vary them, maybe, if this test launch does not succeed. This is a simulation which I'm using to test the everything, and I am paying this through the funds because this is not cheating. This is a simulation. I'm not gonna touch physical timer even if I want to because that's gonna mess things up. Also, this uses a weird wireframe mode. I guess it helps with performance. Oh, staging time. Okay, so far, so good. We have a slight angle right in the direction which we are pitching, which is the direction the fins of the upper stage have no authority over. Let's try spin stabilization. I'm pretty sure it will just result in more tumbling. And if not, I'll build a liquid fuel rocket. I can afford the parts as far as science goes, and that should not have all of these weird problems. Especially because liquid fuel engines can actually uh, vector the thrust vectoring. So I have some control over that, unlike this, which is completely passive. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're spinning. I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. Oh, it's doing the camera thingy. I don't even know what's real anymore. It looks very stable, actually. Yeah, that was a good trick. Maybe these pins are producing too much drag. Yeah, but look at how stable it is. I love it. It's kinda drifting, but it's within tolerable limits. I don't like it. I don't like what it's doing. I do not like this. Not one bit. It's recovering. It has stopped spinning. But it can do it. Yes? Okay, we're good. We have been yeeted very high up. The trajectory is incredibly high. And this was a simulation. Look at the apogee. We have plenty of margin. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I will not change the design one bit because it works. Oh, wait, I'll just... Okay, no, forget it. I'll set it to a lower task setting, except the reason. So, do we have anything in the build list? No. You now have something in the build list in the form of this vehicle. Okay, let's have this one last launch. Let's get to space. Let's do it. Let's build our fourth Lance 3 vehicle. Come on, 10 seconds. Roll out. I know you can do it. We are nearly there. Launch. Alright. All the science experiments set to waiting. And let's go. Spinning. Yuyuko spin. We are on course. The first stage should get us to around 4.5 kilometers. Staging. Stage 2 is burning. We are kinda drifting, but we have seen from the simulation that that's something we can tolerate. Also, we got to space with ample margin. So yeah. One thing I have to absolutely do in this career is to play with wider margins, because I always try to be too efficient, which then ends up being impossible because it's hard to get one extra ton of payload just by doing a better gravity turn. But staging is near. Go. Okay, we are now flying at 45 degrees and we are tumbling. We have lost communication. That's probably due to plasma blackout. We are going fast, so fast we died. Just like the simulations? Nope. Yeah, this isn't easy. So what went wrong? The following result is that we are going too fast. I must find a way to reduce the thrust on that ISRB, but I think it's already the lowest possible. And I'm not going to touch the general slider. Yeah, it's already the lowest thrust setting you can get. Same for these. These must be high because otherwise it can't lift off. So we have to solve the problem of stabilization. Let me see. Yeah. It's without a graphics mod because I don't think um, astronomers works for JNSQ. But in any case, I technically have Restock and Restock Plus, which I get more, well, at least Restock is more of a graphics mode than a part mode, more or less. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Thank you. I can install it for next stream maybe, if you tell me what to do. Uh, let's try moving rotation here. That's nice. I'll have it next stream. But in any case, I don't really feel that needed to have graphics mode. I prefer a lot of like gameplay mods or well, the only graphics I care is that of the parts basically. That's what I actually look at rather than the scenery. Like, yeah, that's nice, but it's not so important for me. But then now I'm streaming, so actually people are gonna see it, so let's care about that a little bit more. Okay, we're spinning, but not too violently. Too violently. And let's see what happens now. Oh, we immediately stop spinning. But as long as we don't drift. That's not gonna be fine. Did it do a 360 and then it recovered? And this is absolutely not working. I am wasting money. Alright, I think I'll close the stream here. Next time we will ditch this solid tomfoolery and we'll just build a liquid rocket, a liquid field sending rocket. We have to invest some science, but I'll have to do that anyways at some point. Let's just have a look at one thing. The flag. I want to see if the flag is correct because I haven't used custom flags in a while and I'm pretty sure there is some problem with it. It might be wide. Uh, I don't have any paths that support a flag. So what we will do is we will go to another save just for the purpose of testing. Back to my menu. And test career 2, which is the one that let's go for a sandbox. Why are magnetometers missing? Why is the magnetometer missing? Maybe it got replaced by X science? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, click to block at its finest. And let's take an equal capsule. Let's select a flag. Perfect, thank you. Alright, the flag is wide and it's not a PNG for some reason. Maybe I just failed something, I just have to tweak some options during the GIMP export, but that's weird because I've never had such problems. And yeah, that's the custom logo I made for the save and for the channel. Yeah, I've seen the high quality textures for Kerbal. I had them in the previous save, and I just didn't know they were available for JNSQ as well. So thank you for notifying me. So don't save. So now, all in all, it has been decent swimming. Uh, we have started our space program. We haven't reached space yet, but we have decent chances to do so next stream. Uh, and so now with that, I think we can say goodbye. I'll end the stream now. See you soon. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and may your lunch streams be during daytime. See you next time. Bye.